Hi, everyone. And This is my first time doing a a YouTube Live. I forget where I am. So we are starting a new missionary training program starting on Sunday, this coming Sunday. So I just thought I'd get on and just talk to people about what that all is about. Okay, so this is my first time doing a YouTube live, so I thought I should probably introduce myself. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Joyce Che, and I'm usually on Sabbath afternoons, Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and every Saturday we have a study. And we've started doing this since May of 2020. And we've been there every single Saturday. It's been a blessing. So I'm usually there with my partner, Mercy Ballard. Mercy has a lifestyle center. It's called Years Restored, and it's in Northern California. And I think it's probably one of the only Adventist lifestyle centers where it really targets healing the gut and helping with things like severe food sensitivities and autoimmune and that type of thing. And so that's how I met her in 2016 when I went to Years Restored. And I had been on an elimination diet from 2011. And so I thought that I knew everything that there was to know about being on an elimination diet and leaky gut, but I learned a lot. And I was really impressed because I'd been to a lot of other lifestyle programs and that kind of thing. And I was a health educator at my church. I was a health ministry director. I was doing like raw food classes and, stop smoking and all that kind of stuff. And I realized, me being in the health field and doing health ministry, I still don't know what to do for people who have these real weird things, or really severe problems like cancer and all that kind of stuff. And especially if they are already on a pretty healthy diet, what do I do? What more do I do for them? And so that was what was really helpful about going to this program. So Mercy and I, we started working together after I went to the program because I learned so much and I thought everybody needs to know about this. And so we wrote a cookbook. We have a course called the Autoimmune Recovery Plan. And then we started Missionary, and we thought, we really need to do something to help Christians who want to learn how to be healthier themselves, and who would be interested in learning how to sustain themselves by doing medical missionary work. And so we thought we would help train medical missionary people. And so we've gone through 2 classes so far, and this is our 3rd class that we are starting on this coming Sunday. Okay, so let me tell you about how this all happened, okay? Now, Mercy is a nurse. She was an infusion nurse, IV nurse for the autoimmune patients. And she was doing this for like 20, 25 years. In December, she resigned and she retired early. And to be honest, she was kind of conflicted because she was thinking, I do all this lifestyle stuff. I teach people about how to live and all of that. But here I am, I'm giving IV infusions of medications, some of them which have been developed in rats, and so she felt very conflicted. And so she was praying about it. To be honest, like I was too, because there were things that I would find out about medications, and I was starting to feel more this way. And so, that's why I have been doing a lot more social media and that kind of thing, because I realized medicine is not really set up for health education and medical missionary work, right? And so I thought, if I really want to do this, then I probably have to think outside the box and do something different. So that's why I started doing social media. So, but Mercy decided that she would quit nursing. And so she quit in December of last year, and she started doing coaching. And she now says, so she's been coaching since January of this year. And she said, Joyce, I should have quit nursing years ago. This is so much better. And so what we decided to do is we decided to teach people what Mercy is doing. We take people on that journey where they get to experience what it's like to be the person being coached, but in the process, they're learning what they're going to do when they start coaching other people, and they learn the principles of how to eat and all of that, and they can learn all of what we do and get healthier themselves, experience that, and then they have something to pass on to the people that they're working with. So let me tell you what we do. So when people would call, like when people call me, when people would call Mercy, a lot of times, many of them are very, very sick. They have cancer, or they have a real severe autoimmune. Maybe they can't tolerate hardly any foods, and they're expecting, like within that phone call, that they're going to learn something that's going to make the difference for them. And we have found that even spending an hour or two with people, it's just not enough. It's not going to be helpful, and it's going to be too overwhelming, and they need a lot more time. So what Mercy started to do is she started to tell people, I can help you, but this will take an investment of time for you. It's going to take some commitment, and we're going to have to go on a journey together. And so pretty much they sign up to go on a coaching experience with her. And usually it's about 10 hours over 5 weeks. And so that's how we set up our 6-week program. We do 2 hours a week for 5 weeks or 6 weeks, because our 6th week is where we share with you, like, the business aspect of it. The first 5 weeks are just basically what you go through. So the first week, we're going to take you through the health assessment. The second week, you're going to go through the shopping list and the menu. The third week, you go through the protocol. The fourth week, natural remedies. This is something I think that, our Adventist church has really been blessed with, because, not only do we have the diet and that kind of thing, but now we have natural remedies also, and a lot of alternative functional medicine, and those types of people, they don't have those types of things. The 5th week is a tune-up, which I think is very helpful, because you have people who may not be moving along as they should. Maybe they've plateaued. You want to know what is causing the person that you're working with to not be able to progress any further. And so we go through what those reasons might be and how to get people over that hump. How are you going to get over that hump? And then the 6th week, that, as I said, Mercy goes over with you how to help people to want to work with you, and the paperwork, the business aspect of it, and what she does with the people that she works with. Now, the reason that we thought that this was very helpful was because we see a lot of people who do medical missionary work who are really good medical missionaries. They know a lot about natural remedies and diet and this kind of thing, but they aren't able to support themselves, and they feel uncomfortable talking about money and that type of thing, which I totally understand. And so, but we really think that God's people should be able to to take care of themselves and support themselves well, and we'd like to help do that. I personally think that it's a very good time to do this. This week I got news myself that Washington State is now mandating vaccines. Last week, Oregon did. I think California did it last week too. And, all this time I've been saying, at some point in the future, I know I'm not going to be able to work, right? Because, those of us who want to receive the seal of God, we won't be able to buy or sell, right? And so I knew that we were moving in that direction. It is kind of a shock, isn't it, when it actually starts happening? And so Mercy has done it, and she's done it really successfully. I've been helping with training people, and, based on whether my letter of exemption request gets approved and for how long, I'll be moving in this direction too. But for those of you who are considering this, I think these are the benefits of doing this class, okay? Number one, many people in the church, they want to do medical missionary work. They want to help people, but they don't have the knowledge, number one. And number two, a lot of them are not healthy themselves, right? And some of us are whole foods, plant-based, and we still are having health problems. And so I think something really valuable about this is that this gives you much more information. I mean, I think one of the things that really impressed me about this is that Mercy was helping very sick people who had failed organ transplants, who are on hospice, and, people I would never have courage to help because I was afraid of losing my license, to try to help people outside of my scope of practice, right? But it just goes to show, number one, how hard of a worker and how tenacious Mercy is, and God bless you, Mercy, for that. But it also shows, I think, it's like, I think for me, it gives me a lot of hope, that for things that, for many years, I had chronic pain because of antibiotic injury, and I had a lot of weakness, severe weakness, profound weakness from that antibiotic injury. And I really thought that I didn't have hope, 20 years of doing that. And I just thought this is the way that it is when you get older, And to go to the program on the third day, to wake up and to be able to walk and think, wow, I don't have any pain. This is normal life, To see people, we had a lady with diabetes type 1 and Hashimoto's. She'd been bedridden for years. 70 acres, horseback rider, all that kind of stuff, and she couldn't do any of that stuff. And to come to the program, I saw her on the 5th day, and she's walking with us, and now she's vacationing and horseback riding and biking, and to see these kinds of stories. And I know that many different lifestyle programs, they have miracles as well. So I'm not saying that this is the only one, but I think it offers something that many programs don't. So let me tell you like some of the basics of what we do. We really believe that, these times of the end, right? I think up until this point, Adventists have been very content with plant-based, right? As long as it's vegan, it's okay. In the last few decades, we've been having a lot more chemicals in the environment, right? Every year, 1,000 to 2,000 more chemicals are introduced into the environment, and very few of them are tested for human safety before they're allowed into your cosmetics and all kinds of things, right? And so we are being bombarded with these toxins, and most of us don't even realize it. The other thing is that, we have glyphosate in agriculture, we have GMOs in agriculture, we have so many more antibiotics, we have so many more vaccines. And I think that after all these decades of doing this, that we are just not able to tolerate so much. And so we're seeing a lot of people who, when we go to churches, when we used to go to churches and talk, we weren't really sure how well we would be received. And it's amazing. So many people are having gut issues. But the interesting thing is, too, you have to understand that many people are having gut issues and don't have gut symptoms. Because you know that leaky gut can manifest as many other things, right? So what we try to do, though, is we try to help people to heal by healing the gut. We soak and sprout our high lectin foods that majorly increases nutrient availability, decreases lectins. We found that to be super helpful. We eat organic. We don't buy processed foods, right? And so we make our own foods. I make my own breads. I make all my own foods. That was something that was like a real big deal for me. And it was something that I think, like, if I hadn't been so sick myself, I would have thought, wow, that's just too much. That's just too extreme, too radical. But I realized, I think that it takes a lot more to stay healthy in these times of the end, And it has been worth it for me. Last year, 2 years ago, I had a spinal cord injury. And it caused me, when things started to heal, my trigeminal nerve, the ganglion, it goes down into the neck up to like C3, C4, and that's what had been injured. And I developed this weird trophic syndrome where my skin, it wouldn't heal. And it was incredible because it wouldn't heal. My immune system was constantly trying to heal it. And I developed chronic urticaria. I could not be around the phone. I could not be around electricity. I had to be outside the house for like a month for me to heal. It was crazy. I actually planned to move to the jungles of Brazil because I thought the world was ending, and I thought that, I couldn't be out around electricity, so I might as well go be a missionary where there was no electricity. And praise the Lord that I was able to figure out what it was, because my doctors didn't know, and to figure that out. Praise the Lord, now I can do this, right? But during that time, my immune system was down, and it was such a blessing. I think really knowing about all these things and the natural remedies, it saved my life. Saved my life. People were mad at me for not taking steroids because I looked so bad, but I was like, you know what? Steroids aren't going to help me. I got to figure out what the root cause is and then do something about that. And praise the Lord, it worked, right? Took me some time. But this is the thing about getting better. You need to have the right mindset. You have to be very tenacious. You have to be really persistent, and you have to think outside the box. And, we both have been through things that we've had to try to figure out, and we try to share those things with you. And so when we're there for, the classes on Sunday, so the Sunday morning, 6:30 to 8:30 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, we take you through the coursework. We're there for questions and answers. You have live interaction with people who are doing this lifestyle with you, and people who truly believe in this and want to help you get better and want to help you be successful. And then we have videos on how to do the food prep and all of that. And then we have lectures, audio by Dave Fiedler about the history of medical missionary work and in Adventism. And then, let's see, is that it? I think that's it, those 3 things. And then we have resources for you. We're going to have like natural remedies, how to deal with COVID and all that kind of stuff, which I think are excellent. As far as like what we do with COVID, super simple. super effective. Everybody who tries it is really blessed by it. And yeah, so this is the value, I think, of what you're getting: the live interaction, the support. Information, I think, and everyone has good information. You can find good information on the internet. But I think having this support system is really nice. You're going to meet other people in the class. We get to know each other. And then afterwards, we do have a membership where we're going to keep on trying to support you so that you can be successful doing this in your church, in your community, and that type of thing. So for those of you who are interested, you can go to info@medmissionary.com. Email us, info@medmissionary.com. Sign up. We're trying to, get everybody signed up by tonight, okay? We want to close it so that we're not rushing at the last minute. And we do take payment plans for people who can't afford it. It's $400 for 6 weeks. And payment plan options are there. You can go to medmissionary.com. That's our website. But you can email us at info@medmissionary.com. And our assistant, Davey, will be happy to help you there. He's the one that designed the website as well. But I hope that has answered some questions about this. Basically, we're trying to help people who want to learn how to do medical missionary work, learn how to get healthy themselves, gain some really valuable tools about why people are getting sick nowadays, especially very health conscious people. We had a lot of really health conscious people, including ourselves. And this program has been very, very helpful for that. And I think it just gives you a lot more support, And it will give you a way of sustaining yourself at the end. That would be really interesting, isn't it? I mean, like Mercy was a nurse, and feels like she's doing better doing coaching now than she was when she was a nurse. And she has much more control over her hours and that type of thing. So, okay, I hope that that's helpful for you. If you have any questions, let us know. Email us, and you can go to the website and do sign up tonight, because otherwise it's kind of crazy. Very last minute, right? I mean, we're just running around like crazy trying to answer everyone's questions up until the very end. It's not good, okay? So sign up tonight and let us know if you're interested. And whatever issues that you have, just email us, ask us those questions. We'd be happy to answer. And yeah, I hope you're all doing well with everything that's happening, all the craziness. God is in control. Jesus is coming very soon. He has our lives in his hands. And so let's just continue to be faithful and courageous, and in the meantime, as healthy as we possibly can. Yes? Okay, God bless everybody. Have a good evening, and hope to see you on Sunday.